as far as Temple's really good. This is my build so far at the moment. As far as, let's start back here. Let's start with the arcanes. I just went full strength, so all 5 are just ability strength, and then I went into my arcanes being multi-augmented. I'm also using arcane rage. I have to max it out, but what's really cool about his 4, because his 4 is basically the Ignis Wrath, his built in to it. So I noticed that it does trigger headshots. The headshots do work. So that's why I'm running Arcane Rage on there, and I'm also running headshot mods on the 4 itself, and I'll get to that build in a second. Duration, I just tried to keep it over 100 because before I went with a minus duration build, and that wasn't working at all. Like, I was having a really rough time with that. So it was just hard to kind of keep up the 3 running, because even when you're running the 3, basically you're able to use your 1 to keep the durations up on the 3, but when you have minus duration, the max was like 12 seconds or something, so it just wasn't enough time. So you'll end up spamming the 1 too much, and it just didn't balance it out properly. So that's why the prime continuity really came in clutch with that to kind of fix that problem. I'm just running regular intensify because I didn't want to do a blind rage and screw up my efficiency, which his passive does have an efficiency thing where if you press your ability on point, you get 50% more efficiency, but it's not enough to justify not running some kind of efficiency in my build. So that's why I went with Fleeting Expertise and Streamline in there, so I could spam my ass off and never worry about energy. Especially if you're running Generic on top of that, then you really shouldn't have energy problems as long as you keep up with it. But yeah, that's how I'm running it right now, because I've had moments even with this build running Fleeting and Streamline, I was still running out of energy. So yeah, Temple's very energy hungry, so even with the passive is not enough. So it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. If you want to get rid of these and then throw on Transient Fortitude for more strength, or throw on Augur Secrets for more strength without hurting your efficiency, or with Blind Rage, then it's up to you. But yeah, it's a personal preference thing. I prefer to have energy. And then I went Augur Reach and Stretch with, so my range is as much as possible without going negative, because you know that overextended is a little much. And honestly, the range at this point is actually really good, because as you can see, the 1 is going 43 meters, which is more than enough, and then the 2 is going 35 meters, which is awesome. So yeah, the range is a work really well with just these 2. You don't need to go overboard. You really don't. Archon Vitality is really worth it on this build because every single ability buffs heat damage, so it's really worth it to run that, especially since you're going to spend a lot of time spamming your 1 and then using your 2 for crit chance. That's the main reason to pop your 2, is for that. And then the 4, when you're running that, the Ignis, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You're doing heat damage. Like, it's good, man. The Archon Vitality is really good. So yeah, that's a good thing to have in there. Prime Sure-Footed is needed. I was getting knocked on my ass every 2 seconds. If you don't have Prime Sure-Footed, good luck. But yeah, it was pretty needed in my build. I was getting knocked on my ass so much, it was just pissing me off. So that's why I put it in the build. Adaptation, it's up to you with adaptation. I'm finding that adaptation isn't perfect, and the thing that's really been bothering me the most about Temple is when you're fighting a toxic mob, like you're fighting infested. When a toxic mob comes in, you'll get 1-tapped, you know, and that's like the thing that happens with most frames, of course. So you have to really be on your toes to be ready to press the 3 so you can have that invulnerability period, you know? If you have that, you will have a better chance, and you have to like really pay attention. And this is the thing that I was trying to mention during the stream, is that sometimes you zone out and you're not paying attention because you're just enjoying the red crits, you know, because you can get a red crit build very easily with the 4. But the thing is that when you're paying attention and having fun with the red crits, one toxic motherfucker comes out of nowhere and boom, you're dead, you know? So like, You have to really be on your toes. And if you're able to be on your toes, the 3 will save your life in most situations. So adaptation definitely helps to kind of build up that damage resistance while you're using your 3 and you're getting hit during that duration. You know, like it helps. It helps. So that's why I have it in there. But you could also go with, what's it called? I was thinking about quick thinking here for those moments where you get toxic, you know? And since we're running an efficiency build, we'll have usually max energy. So the quick thinking will work, you know? So that's a possibility too. So it's up to you if you want to do that. So I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to swap. So if you see me change it, then that's the one thing I would change in this build. So that's it with that. As far as the weapon itself, I'm still, of course, in the middle of formatting, but I think this is the build for now. So I'm running Serration for that damage, also running Prime I don't know how to say that word, I really don't. But this is the new one that came out recently that has weak point damage, which is headshots, and it also increases your critical chance. Of course, there's no multi-shot, so you can't run a multi-shot on this build when you run this mod, but it's pretty nice to get that crit chance up and all that for weak points, since you're gonna be getting headshots anyway, so it just works itself out. We're using primary deadhead for the arcane, of course, and of course this is on headshot kills, and it does work. It gets headshots consistently, so it's been really awesome. I'm using galvanized scope also for more headshots, so crit chance right there. This is how you're gonna get your solid pure red crits with this weapon, and it's a beautiful sight when it happens. Critical delay for more crit chance, and then I got a hammer shot for crit damage, as well as vital sense for more crit damage. And then I'm running corrosive, so high voltage for electricity, and then malignant force for toxic. And yeah, if you want to boost up the damage on this and get rid of some of that status chance, because the status chance I have it at 105%, it's kind of overboard, honestly. You could probably lower that. So if you wanted to, you can get a pure toxic damage, like one of those prime ones or something, which I don't know if I have it right now, but I know you guys know what I mean, which is like, you know, like the infective clip or something. I don't know if there's a prime version of that now that I think about it. I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, you could throw that in there for more toxic damage if you wanted to, and the same thing with the electric with that high voltage. Replace that. It's up to you. But yeah, that's the weapon build. But yeah, this build has been pretty good so far. If I make any changes, of course I will update that on my overframe, so link is on my channel to that. Of course, since Temple just came out yesterday, it's not gonna be on Warframe yet, so you got to give it at least a week or two or something. But yeah, eventually it'll be on there. But yeah, anyway, that's the build.